All right, so Karsen is going to talk with us more in depth about this, and not only is it controversial from what you've uncovered,
right.
It has become a controversial story here for you and for kind of, I don't want to say the station, but on our social media, people aren't happy about this.
Yeah, you think of anybody that's been affected maybe by a drunk driver, the way they're going to think towards this story might, you can assume what they're going to think. But the reason I really want to point out, Betsy, the reason why we took on this story is not to give any sort of sympathy towards people who drive drunk.
Okay.
The reason why we did this story is to address the fact that if anyone, I mean, if you're overcharged at a store and you find out it was cheaper somewhere else, you're going to be a little upset and you're going to want, I wish I would have went to that other store to buy that product. Mm-hmm. And this is what we're seeing happen right now in Olmsted County. And that's the reason why, that's the focus of this story tonight at 10, is how people are getting overcharged.
Okay. Are you worried about the repercussions that come along with this? Because even though you say it doesn't look like we're giving any sympathy to people who have DUIs, it almost, I felt a little bit sorry for her because I thought, geez, that's a lot of money for her to pay. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute. You get behind the wheel of a car after you've been drinking, and I'm sorry, but I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for you.
And I asked this person, who I'm not going to name to protect her identity, right. I blatantly asked her, said, why should we care about you? Why should we care that you should have to pay all this money to be on a monitor and blah, blah, blah? And her response was, I made a mistake. I have a problem. I have an addiction problem. And for Olmsted County to have me on this one monitor that's arguably expensive, how is that going to help me in the long run get treatment and use my maybe other funds towards other options to get that help? That was her argument that she told me. Okay.
Other counties, do we know, do they have similar programs? I mean, I don't know that they get the $5 per person per day.
Some counties get some of the counties I talked to the four main ones, Mauer, Freeborn, Dodge, and Fillmore. And off the top of my head, I'm forgetting which ones do get some sort of fee implemented into a monitor. Mm-hmm. But no county other than Olmsted County is on contract with a provider like Olmsted County is with Midwest Monitoring. So I looked into that. I made phone calls, talked to other counties, and no other county is on contract with the Midwest Monitoring Program or any other electronic alcohol monitoring provider.
Okay, what's new at 10?
New at 10, what we're going to look into is go more in depth on the judge's decision. So a judge went against a 15-year program in Olmsted County that's been happening, again, for 15 years. He went against this and said, well, wait a minute, we should not
be forcing them
forcing them, again, is what they're telling us. We're not coming out and saying that, but this is what we're hearing, that they're forcing people to be on this monitor. And so we're going to go more in depth on what the judge has had to say about that in some court documents. Also, the sheriff's office response to this, what you just played before you had me on set here, is you didn't hear from the sheriff's office. So we're going to have their take on this, as well as some other interesting things. Again, that $5 fee kickback per person per day. How much money have they collected with this, and where is that money going?
Okay. Thanks, Karsen.
You bet.
All right, we'll be back.